There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. It'll be better tomorrow. You have to have a little rain to get a rainbow. We hear these cliches day upon day. We always just toss them aside as cliches. But do we ever stop to think and realize that they are cliches for a reason? There are times where people can't see the light at the end of that tunnel. Some people don't know what that's like. Others know too much what that's like. I am one of those people who has experienced it. When I was in 7th grade, I became afraid to leave my house. I was agoraphobic for a month because of how badly I was picked on and bullied for my beliefs. And that led to me becoming physically ill before going to school every day. So I couldn't go to school every day. After time went on, it just got progressively worse for me. It got to the point where I was either going to need to see a therapist or I was going to need to be hospitalized. Me being me, and probably a decent amount of people out there, I don't enjoy hospitals very much. So I braved going out of my house for the first time in, again, months. I was in the car, I was shaking, twitching a bit, because that's just how my panic attacks manifested. After that day, I was diagnosed with clinical depression, chronic anxiety disorder, and a panic disorder. They put me on a medication to help, and it did. I went from vomiting every time I looked at a door and thought about going outside to sitting outside at night on my deck just looking at the stars. That was a huge step from where I was. Before this, I didn't feel like I mattered. I constantly heard a voice in my head saying the same things that my tormentors or my bullies were saying. You're not anything, you're worthless, you're a freak, you don't belong anywhere. Why are you still here? I do admit to having had suicidal thoughts, but I was one of the lucky ones to not take action. And then I got the help I needed. So at that point in my life, I would think about the future and I wouldn't see a thing. It was as if I was having a dreamless sleep. It was just black. I didn't see the 10 years from now, 5 years from now. I didn't even see it tomorrow. That's a scary thought for someone who is 12, 14 years old. If you were to tell me 5 years ago, I would be standing here, I would have called you insane, more so than I've been told I was, because I couldn't see that future. But I am here today because I got the help I needed. Was this help in the form of therapy? No. In fact, therapy doesn't always help people with my issues. Sometimes it makes them worse because it reminds us that there's something wrong with us, that we're not normal. So my help was a very tight-knit support group of people that I knew and that I trusted. So my friends and my family are the ones that really helped me through. After being able to go outside again, that whole summer, I took time to just go out with that support group, with my friends and my mom and my dad and my family. We would even just go bowling for an hour or two, but it was getting me out of my house. I couldn't be out there too long because I became fatigued, and I would practically be falling asleep sitting there. But I was still out, even if it was an hour, 2 hours tops, because that was a start. When the next school year came, I was worried. I was shaking that morning. I was horrified at what was going to happen. But there's one thing I remember. I forget which movie it was, but this quote has stuck to me. 5 seconds of courage is all it takes. I took 5 seconds to be courageous, and I got on a bus. And I was going. I got to school. I stayed through the day. And now here I am. I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel before then. I stand here today to say that it is there. I went from not seeing a future to a senior in high school, about to graduate, going to college during this coming fall on a scholarship. I still, to this day, can't believe it. But I can look and see a future again. And that's what matters to me. Now, there are people who still can't see it. For those of you who don't know what it's like, be that support group. Be there. All we need is someone to listen, to let us just talk and be out there. Because that way, we're not bottling it up. When we bottle it up, that's when we hit our breaking points. So just be there for the people with these issues. What if you don't know they have them? Because it's not obvious. There are warning signs. They will stop in doing what they enjoy. Like, you'll ask them to do something that they love, and they'll say, I'd rather just stay home, or I really don't feel like going today. They'll distance themselves because they don't want to burden others. Just let them know that they aren't a burden, that it is okay to talk and let feelings out. For those of you who don't see the light, I'm here to tell you that it is there. You just can't see it yet. Thank you.